How to add an additional 300K in GCI in 12 months or less using video sales letter funnels. This actually was the exact name of the presentation that we did with theclose.com, which is one of our partners in the real estate space. They actually serve hundreds of thousands of real estate agents all across North America with their awesome blog content. But anyways, we did this blog with a couple hundred agents present, and it lasted a little bit over the hour-and-a-half mark, which included Q&A at the end. So I give you guys with a couple of warnings. First one is it's a little bit fast, because we're trying to fit in a lot of value in the hour mark. Second thing is there's a lot of value. That's the other warning, right? So just because it's free on YouTube doesn't mean that, we're just giving away just the stuff that we think we should give away for free. We're really giving away everything on how to structure a video sales letter, what a video sales letter is, how to run ads towards a video sales letter, how to follow up with the leads with a video sales letter, and how to nurture the leads using a content portal. So a lot of these things are new, and I urge you guys to take your time to this video, stop, take notes, and really apply it towards your real estate business. We really didn't hold anything back in this webinar. So if you guys have any questions at all, because this is a new topic, drop it in the comments down below. Hey guys, my name is Pramang. I'm the co-founder here at GenerateAgentLeads.com, and on this YouTube channel, we simply share free tips, tricks, and strategies on growing your real estate business online with proven online marketing strategies that work. So with that out of the way, let's dive right into the video. Nice, awesome. Tennessee, Florida, Jersey Shore, Massachusetts, nice. Clearwater, love it. All right, so guys, what we are gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and talk a little bit more about today's training. What are we gonna be covering on today's training? How is it gonna go? And how long it's gonna be? And what the process of, particularly this presentation, how do these presentations have to go, right? So we are gonna be moving pretty fast because there is a lot to cover, right? In fact, I've been a presentation for everyone today. And my only goal with that presentation is just to give you guys free value, right? So feel free at any given time, just take notes. I'm not going to really be stopping for questions too much right now. We're going to do questions at the end of the presentation. But what I'm going to be doing right now is going to share my screen and we're going to dive right in. So for the guys that are joining in right now as we speak, we are just going to go ahead and get started. So just give me a quick yes if you guys can hear me all clear, if you guys are seeing any mumbling. But if you guys have any questions along the way, just drop them in the chat. And then we have actually someone from our team in the chat as well there to answer your questions. But I am going to go ahead and start to present. And a quick question here. I know we're getting some questions. If you guys have questions, there's a Q&A in the chat. The best thing, in my opinion, would just be to put them in the Q&A section. For any questions. That way it's easier for us to track them. Otherwise the chat's going to go, ballistic, right? So apart from that, yes, like it's on most English speaking markets, right? So we'll cover that at the end. We'll have a live Q&A at the end. But just to be aware of everyone's time as well today, guys, we are going to get started. So what is this training about? All right, what is this training going to cover? Right? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen into the slideshow mode. So today, guys, we're going to be covering escaping the real estate rat race. So it's going to be an in-depth guide on adding an additional 300K in GCI or more in 12 months or less using video sales letters. So what is a video sales letter? We're going to be covering that today. In fact, if you guys stick around to the end as well, you guys will know the exact roadmap that you should take to build your own video sales letter and launch it. So our goal today is to give you guys with as much information as possible in that hour, a little over hour time mark. So we'll be aware of time here. It's 10 o'clock. We'll try to wrap things up by the 11 o'clock time frame, depending on time. So if we finish a little bit early, we can always go back and revisit topics, but we do want to have a nice Q&A at the end. All right. So we're going to be covering, video sales letters. What are video sales letters? How they apply in the real estate space, what they're doing for other agents all across North America. So let's go ahead and dive in. I know some of you guys are not from North America, but what I'm going to present today is really for most English speaking nations. So let's dive right in. And, I've seen this video sales letter framework be implemented in languages, like Spanish, French in Montreal, Canada, right? So the video sales letter framework in itself is a universal framework. So it doesn't just apply in just real estate. And maybe you guys are, I got a 2 Club background right there. And you guys are maybe in the ClickFunnels community, and there's a big marketing, ClickFunnels. For the most part, this video sales letter concept is something that a lot of people in the real estate space have not heard about, right? So I'm actually going to lead with some proof. Because for me, that's going to be the most important thing, is to show you guys the proof. All right. So let me start off with agents like Lisa. Lisa's been, with us for a long time. And that was in the first year. She closed 14 deals in 12 months. That's off about $10 a day in marketing. So very, very little. But that's just using this funnel concept, right? And then we got Julian. He had a lead under contract in 7 days. Andrew Fleming, 5 closings in 120 days. I think he's gone on to close dozens of deals in the East Coast of Canada. For whatever reason, guys, if I have to back out and share it with, not in the presentation mode, because Google Slides does have a little delay in there, I will probably do that. But Jorge actually spent 40K in GCI. He was $0 spent on advertising, right? So this is all with organic lead gen. So I just want to show you guys a lot of these. I'm not going to spend too much time on all of them. In fact, I'm just going to actually go exit the full screen mode, because it's just going to be really, really slow and it's too much of a lag, right? So Kuldeep closed 18 deals in 12 months. The average price when his market is about 1.5 million for a detached home. Right now with the multiple offer situations, it's like going almost like closer to 2 million. It's almost a bit ridiculous here. This is in Vancouver, BC. Scott closed 2 closings and he had 4 additional leads under contract within just 60 days of implementing. Bowinder closed 8 deals in 180 days in the Greater Toronto area, which is a very competitive market. About 70,000 agents there. Maritza had a really good success story here. 10 deals closed within 4 months with a 42x ROI. I think she spent $1 to make back $42 on average from her marketing. So very, very profitable for her on a cash basis. So this actually is a nice stat from her, which is she was paying $130 for each closing, right? So $130 for each closing, which is, probably better returns in the stock market any day of the week. It's one of the best, they always say the business, if you invest in your own business, it's going to be the highest, typically fastest cash on cash return. So Albert had 2 leads under contract in 10 days with a $0 spent on advertising. So you guys are seeing this whole $0 spent on advertising concept. I'm going to talk about that later today. In fact, at the end of the training, I'm going to give you guys the exact framework. So this is something that we just hold for our private clients. And today I'm not just going to be like, hey guys, work with generating leads. And my real goal is to provide free value. The most important thing is if you guys stick to the end, I am going to give you guys a free training. You guys can set this up and get appointments by today with people that are interested in working with you. And that's for $0 in marketing. So these agents that are getting these results of $0 in marketing, I'm going to give you guys the exact same framework by the end of the day today. So we also got Garbage, who took home a $75,000 net take-home commission in just 60 days. So he, in the second month of using this video sales letter framework, he had a $75,000 take-home month, which is really good, right? I mean, $75,000 in a month in commissions is really nice. Janine had 4 closings with a $513 cost per acquisition per deal. If you guys don't understand what cost per acquisition is, it's just how much you're paying to get a complete stranger and close a deal with them. So basically, the marketing cost is very low for, right? And, you guys can visit generateagentleads.com. Just visit all the way down on our website, and we have way more case studies. Honestly, it's really hard to track all the case studies. We have a lot of wins in our Facebook group as well. But you guys can see there's a lot, and we try to just lead with proof as much as possible. But that being said, guys, these are just some screenshots of these agents, and we well, I think we're probably one of the only players in this space that actually showcase our case studies and put our agents' full name and everything, market details, because everyone can write Andrew F or they can write John C. But the thing is, no one's actually going to know that's a real legitimate agent, right? So I also want to go ahead and talk a little bit more about advertising spend. And the reason I'm showing you guys this is because I want you guys to believe me with what I'm about to talk to you guys about today in the video sales letter training, right? So in the past year, on one of my ad accounts, I spent about $536,000 USD. I have another couple ad accounts. We collectively spent a little bit over $1.3 million in advertising. And all of these ads were going to a video sales letter. And yes, that's for our own company, right? So if you guys go to generateagentleads.com, you will see a video sales letter. And the reason why I say it is because here's the thing, guys. Every single business, every single service-based business relatively has the same content. Like they all have to market, they all have to sell, and they all have to fulfill, right? In fact, in real estate, you're fulfilling on a product that sells itself because it's so, everyone wants a home, right? So it's a marketing and sales, and particularly the direct response marketing and the inside sales that is the same across every single business, right? So the way that we attract people is the same that you would attract people in the real estate space. And here's the why. The top three reasons that people buy is because of health, wealth, and relationships. I mean, you guys can think about it yourselves, right? Most of your purchases that you guys made in the past year alone were either tied to those kind of purchases, health, wealth, or relationships, right? And in real estate, when we're selling homes, we're pretty much usually going to go with that wealth creation, right? We're helping people create wealth through real estate, right? Yes, there also is that health element where people are looking to buy a home or move into a home because their living conditions are so bad in the other place. But that's not the majority of people. People are kind of getting a home to build equity and to have shot up financial freedom, right? So I say this because, like I said, this ad account, I want to show you guys that I spent millions of dollars in advertising, not only for myself, but collectively across the board. We probably spent over 8 figures on advertising in the real estate space and across all of our clients. We spend over 8 figures a year, right? So a lot of money is being spent on these ad platforms to video sales letter funnels. So who is this for? I'm going to briefly cover. If you guys resonate with this, this is pretty much really why I wanted to call out, because if you guys don't resonate with this, you guys don't have to stick around for the training. But if you're a solo agent or a small team and the majority of your business is coming from referrals, maybe you're bleeding more than $1,500 a month with Zillow Flex just for leads, and they're already telling you that they're working with another agent, maybe Zillow is sort of becoming unprofitable. In fact, one of my friends, he's actually based in San Diego, is buying leads from Zillow. And he's like, the Zillow calculator where it tells you the profit per deal was showing negative. And he's like, it was true because it was so competitive, right? So he's like, yes, the business was quicker, but he wasn't making any profit. So that definitely is something that is happening nowadays, right? Where more competition erodes profits. We'll talk about that shortly, right? Maybe you're proud of your sales volume and the dollar in the bank account does not reflect it, right? Because revenue is different than profit, right? And I actually want to tell you guys a quick story about this because I was actually talking to one of my friends here. He's in the market, actually JV with him, and I use the system in my own market. So we have like a team and in the Vancouver, BC region. We collectively, last year we did about 300K GCI. And one of the most important things I want to cover is I asked him, well, like, okay, your GCI is this high, but what's your bottom line? And he's like, well, for me, it's not the biggest thing, but I'm like, why do you get into real estate in the first place? Why do you become an agent? Right. And he's like, well, I want to buy investment properties, long-term wealth. Right. I'm like, well, what's going to lead to long-term wealth? And he's like, profit. I'm like, well, why aren't you being a hyper profitable business? In fact, it was just one agent. So not like you have a big team, right? You're only just one agent. You should be as profitable as you can be. I know a lot of you guys are raising hands right now, having questions. We'll just leave them in the chat and then we'll have someone answer them for you later on. If you wish that hours cold calling FISPOs or expired listings, wondering if this new magic script will work, if you're done feeling like a telemarketer, I know back in 2010, there was a time when you can just go ahead and circle prospect and book 22 listing appointments in a day. We're past that stage now, right? So this is a whole different ballgame and it's getting more and more competitive. Worst of all, if you're losing listings to discount brokers and agents who don't care about generating profits, if you're in a small business, you need to be able to generate a profit. And it's ideally about being as profitable as you can be, right? Perhaps if you're worried about clients ditching you for another realtor, you dealt with clients that you've driven around for months only for them to buy from another realtor. It's a constant fear. If you're currently working with clients that don't respect your time, in sales, I like to call this, I've been in sales for a long time, and status delta is very important in sales, right? Especially the salesperson, you need to have status before you speak to your prospects because that is going to be one of the most important things when it comes to your clients respecting you and you being in charge of prices you're worth, right? So if you're dealing with that, and you're starting to think about like can't please them all mentality, stick around, right? So I'm gonna just go over some more. If you're posting on social media and maybe have a VA or a social media company, you're paying $40 a month, $50 a month, and they're just posting these things on your page with no return, stick around because I'm sure I'll show you guys something that the reason why that doesn't work is for a very common reason why it doesn't work for every other agent, right? And maybe if one of those agents that hops from one lead gen company to another lead gen company and trying to find that next quality lead source, I know there's a lot of them out there. The thing is that you don't want to treat your lead generation like a diet right? Like, you know, how weight loss diets, right? We've all been on weight loss diets, and all these fitness marketers will say, hey, try this new pill, try this new supplement, try this new thing. And I think someone keeps on raising their hand. I'm just going to go ahead and maybe put in the question in the chat. But if you have any questions, just put in the chat. We have someone else answering them for you. But if you treat your legion, you know, like a weight loss diet, it's not going to work out, right? It's like, what do they call that? Cycle dieting or something, right? If your business is up and down, like a roller coaster, like I think most in commission-based sales, not just real estate, up and down roller coaster income is pretty much the case for most small businesses that don't know how to market effectively, right? So here's a core concept, guys. Now we're past. I want to talk about the core concept because I do want to get into the training today on how to actually start taking the steps towards getting this video sales letter funnel up and running. Quality leads are not generated or bought, they are created. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that. Quality leads are not generated or bought, they're created. So what is a quality lead defined by? Because we don't live in a perfect world where everyone's pre-approved and ready to go, right? So a quality lead is someone that knows, like, and trusts you. In fact, there's no like and trust thing has been overused in the real estate landscape by a lot of inside sales and a lot of coaches, and it actually is true. Because when someone knows, like, and trusts you, they will do whatever they can to work with you, right? And everyone wants these pre-qualified leads, but the thing is, why should a stranger come and fill out a form to work with someone they don't even know, like, and trust, right? And that is the core concept: is you need to create quality leads that know, like, and trust you, ideally before they speak with you, right? So according to the National Association of Realtors, the median gross income of realtors was $43,330 in 2020. It was a decrease from $49,700 in 2019. So if we look at the healthcare, this is based on stats, guys, an average American spends about $5,000 a year on healthcare. If you're a family of four, that's a total of $20,000, right? And if you don't even consider your kids going to college, mortgage payments, and daily living expenses, you're already down to $23,000 in discretionary income. So it's impossible to make a living if you're average, right? It also explains why in real estate, 9 out of 10 agents will quit real estate or leave the industry within 5 years. And that's a statistic from National Association of Realtors, right? So why is it that the median income is going down across the board? The simple answer is the rate at which new agents are entering the market, because it's becoming, you know, it's easy to become an agent, and especially in some states where you can get licensed over a weekend, it's increasing competition. And when you increase competition, it decreases profit, right? I actually have some really good stats on that for you guys in the next couple of slides. But every agent's marketing plan is to acquire new clients. It's the same as every other agent down the block. So every agent is chasing leads. So here's the thing, guys. Competition erodes profits. I'm going to repeat this again. Competition erodes profits. You're competing, you're eroding profits. That's it. You don't, in business, every market, if you're the only player in that market, you're going to get all the profit, and you can charge any price you're worth, right? And you need to carve your own space and not be in competition. Like, what is it that no agent is doing, right? So here's the thing: everyone else is chasing leads. You need to be attracting leads. And how do you attract them? Using a paid traffic video sales letter funnel. No one is doing this. Like, I would say very, very, very few real estate agents are actually doing this, right? And the truth is that the hilarious profits are for those who can attract clients rather than chase them. And the road to netting hundreds of thousands of dollars in a real estate business or any small business is usually littered with misinformation, right? Most of us on today's call might have other businesses. Maybe we're in mortgage, maybe we're in insurance, some other businesses that we're doing, right? Or startups. There's so much misinformation littered around there, right? And that's the one problem that I'm seeing across the board. So I'm here to attempt to, you know, clear up a bunch of that and, you know, make it less confusing for all you guys. So here's the thing. This is maybe something that you guys have seen lately on the news. I don't really watch the news much, but I saw this the other day. Joe Biden, there was something about, you know, liquor prices going up. And, you know, for me, like, I have nothing to do with liquor because I don't even drink. But the thing is, I saw this stat and it was really good because it pretty much backs up the point. So liquor prices are going up, and the way they're trying to combat that is saying, let's add in more competition, then you could drive down the price. Because here's the thing: like, if you have two agents in one market, you're selling the same thing, which is a home. The person with the lowest price point is usually going to get the business if there's there's an absence of value, right? So this is actually live. You can search up like Joe Biden liquor, and then there'll be news articles saying, hey, they're trying to encouraging competition to drive down prices, right? And, you know, if you guys have, I have a book that I read. You guys can all read it. It's very good. It applies for all small businesses. It's written by Peter Thiel. He's the founder of PayPal. He's a multi-billionaire. And he says competition is overrated. In practice, it is quite destructive and should be avoided wherever possible. Much better than fighting for scraps in existing markets is to create and own new ones. So you want to ideally be that agent in your market that is having that video sales letter concept. And we'll talk a little bit more about how that video sales letter concept works, right? So let me talk a little bit more about myself, and then we're going to get right into training because I know we have a lot to move through. I studied psychology at one of the top schools in Canada, University of British Columbia. I achieved a 3.9 GPA across my years. I co-founded GenerationLeads.com in 2018. Like most small businesses and real estate agents, I had no clue what I was doing to grow my business. I knew how to make my clients money, but I had to learn marketing, sales, and direct response marketing to grow my business bootstrap. And that means I received $0 of funding, right? And there's a big thing called bootstrap, and in most of startup culture. And one of the things I want to talk about really is the way that we grew our business was using a video sales letter funnel, right, from day one. And I learned very soon that I had to become an expert marketer and a salesperson in order to grow my business, just as you do too, right? Because your product is going to sell itself. Most homes, it's an in-demand product, right? So you got to be your expert marketer and a salesperson in order to win. And I had the privilege of spending millions of dollars on marketing, on real estate lead generation ads. I built sales teams of 50 plus people in many different verticals. I built it in software. I've helped agents recruit teams and ramp teams. I've also helped build door-to-door teams, and I was one of the top door-to-door sales reps as well. So when it comes to all this, I've learned a lot of lessons along the way. And using these lessons, I set forth on a mission. My goal is to change the real estate industry with as much knowledge as I can. And the thing is, I'd like to apply outsider concept into real estate because when I look at the real estate industry, we're a little bit behind when it comes to these new implementations, right? So for me, if I help my clients, transact real estate, I'm indirectly, helping hundreds of thousands of families also. So that for me is meaningful, right? And that is for me when I see okay, well, we help close, thousands of transactions this year that help thousands of families again to home their dreams, right? So we're also helping the economy that way. But anyways, throughout my years, I've generated millions of dollars in revenue for GenerationLeads.com using video sales letters. Help over thousands of customers. We made them a ton of money. And we received a 2 Comma Club as well from ClickFunnels as well along the way. And this is actually a award for doing $1 million online from one proven marketing funnel. And for us, that marketing funnel was a video sales letter, right? So here's the thing, guys, the $1 million question, what is it, right? What can you do that is so different from the competition that will instead attract your clients? This simple 4-step process, right? And this 4-step process we'll cover right now. And step 1 is going to be one of the main points, which is the video sales letter, right? So the video sales letter, you want to craft a stellar sales argument and transpose it into video format, right? So the old way of attracting new clients was, send leads to paid advertising to IDX websites, right? And some of you guys might be using IDX websites right now. I'm going to show you guys something that supports my point. You're going to expect the lead to reach out to you. And the thing is, the biggest problem is that you're buying the same template of website as every other agent. In the end, you buy a knockoff Zillow. And if you ask yourself, would you prefer to look at homes on Zillow or your IDX website? The question's usually, I'd rather look at Zillow or Realtor.com. In fact, I'm going to share my screen right now. And I just searched up homes for sale in Alpharetta, right? And a lot of these, websites here, they have the same templated website model. So if you look at this, all I want you guys to see is just the way the website looks, right? And there's nothing towards that one agent. In fact, it might actually be working for them. But the thing I want to say is that it's the same as every other agent and it's competing. And when you compete, the profits are not there. That's why things like PPC ads are so expensive, right? So that was one website. I'm going to show you another one as well. It's the exact same website with the exact same homes. So the question is, what value is provided to the user, right? Why should they use these 2 websites? In fact, they're ads. Why won't they just go to Zillow and look at the nice pictures on Zillow with all the information? They're more incentivized to use Zillow, right? And look how much information Zillow is providing them, because Zillow is $1 billion behemoth, correct? So if I look at it as well here, guys, if you guys have any questions, don't just drop in the questions chat. I think some people are raising their hands. Just drop them in the questions. I Another couple here as well is you search up houses for sale in Dallas. You can see here it's a very similar website model, right? And then I'll go to the second link is again here in the same website, right? So the thing is, they're just competing, and when you compete, it's like the exact same website 3 times over and over. So I say this because competition erodes profits, and you can't be competing. In fact, you guys can do the same activity I just did right there while you guys are listening, or maybe after the webinar. So here's the thing, guys. How do you generate high quality leads and appointments? So you're taking on more ISAs, are excited down the phones, and you're able to pay your staff well, all while being different from your competitors. So how do you go from being average to becoming a $1 million producer in your market with no competition? This is where the magic happens, right? So the new way of attracting clients. So the new way of attracting clients is running direct response marketing campaigns to a value-filled video sales letter funnel. And this is going to act as your 24/7 salesperson, right? So you're beating Zillow with this. You're going to eliminate any objections. You're going to establish yourself as an authority figure. You're going to be able to charge a commission percentage that you're worth. You're going to be able to generate leads that are looking for you, right? Like that's a key, right? They're looking for you as a product, right? The house is not the product. You are the product that they're buying, right? So ask yourself, how likely is someone to work with you if they know what you specialize in, the clients you helped in the past, your awards and past achievements, your unique selling proposition, and your offer before they even speak to you, right? So that's what the video sales letter does. And your job is to get as many eyeballs in that video sales letter as possible. So let me actually go ahead and talk about how do you create a video sales letter. You guys can take a couple seconds here to read this. So step 1 in creating a video sales letter is this. Open up Google Slides and start making a presentation, right? That's going to be the first part. So step number 2 is you want to have a very, very strong headline that is, scalable. So in this case, this is a live video sales letter. I'm not going to talk about the agent who's running it, but he's doing really well. Talked to him just yesterday. And maybe you're on the webinar today. I'm not sure. Maybe John. I think you were saying you're going to join the webinar. But anyways, I think John booked like 5 appointments in like the day from the video sales letter funnel, right? Like when he has this all running together. And the thing is, you need to have a very strong headline. And the thing is, the most important part of this headline is that big and bodacious claim. And you want to use something that people haven't heard about. So in the real estate space, what you can do is call it a VIP home buyer program or executive home buyer program. I like to lead with home buyer programs and not just seller programs because sellers are also buyers. I picked up a lot of sellers using this model, but you can see this is the headline here, right? In the top. And this is a video sales letter. It's about over an hour long, and then they can book in a call. That's a step 2, right? So you want to make sure that the headline is there, right? And once you guys make the headline, the second part of your presentation, the video sales letter deck is going to be, step number 3 is going to be the case studies, right? So you want to talk about your case studies because why should someone work with you and hire you as an agent if they don't even know your work, your case studies, anything, right? So once you capture your audience with a bodacious headline, it's time to demonstrate to your audience that you're a credible information source. So you can see here that this agent did a really good job of positioning their case studies, right? So again, this is a market like Vancouver where the houses appreciate like crazy. Like you see like Jennifer there, he positioned it, right? Because he's indirectly also handling objections from his prospects by showing these case studies, right? He's saying, hey, I used to work with Jennifer. She was very, very skeptical about buying a home. She wanted to keep renting, waiting for the market to adjust. But I just told her, get into a piece of property. And we actually ended up finding an off-market property. And yes, it wasn't the one that she wanted, but in a little bit under 18 months, she made $150,000 profit. And then he's like saying, well, what job is going to pay you $150,000 profit without doing anything, right? He's like, well, you got to own a piece of property. And now she refinanced it. Now she can upgrade. So he's talking about the process because people are uneducated about the real estate market. In fact, in the real estate market, I think there's a stat by the Zillow founder. He said that there's like 15 people almost involved, from the mortgage brokers, assurances, and the lawyers, and so many people involved. It's not easy for the consumer to understand the whole process. So in the video sales letter, we want to educate, right? And we want to call out who is this for. So after you establish credibility, you want to say, who is this for? Which kind of home buyer is it for, right? So you can see here that he called out who this is for, right? And then after that, he says, well, here's why you should listen to me, right? And he talked about himself, your years in business. You want to talk about your experience as a real estate professional, right? So then he said, here's more of my information about me, right? And that at this point, he has the viewer interested because he talked a lot about in the whole process. So then step number 6 then is, and he starts walking through the process of the claim. So, I'm going to repeat these all. So just in case you guys are, not understanding this whole process. With a video sales letter, right? The claim was for home buyers, how to go from being clueless about the real estate market to buying a dream home for less than the market value in Vancouver, even if you have low down payment or bad credit. Now, this doesn't mean you're just attracting low down payment or bad credit, but this means that we're just catering for everyone watching. So once that process is done, then we want, like I said, you want to put on a landing page. You want to have a really good headline there. You want to talk about your case studies. Then you want to call out who this training is for, right? And then you want to go ahead and talk about yourself. In this case, he talked about himself, right? He's a very smart guy, 3.88 GPA from chemical engineering, top university in Canada. He's founder of a real estate group, top agent, helped over hundreds of families. He owns multiple properties as an investor. So he understands this process in and out. Then what the slide that we were on is, you want to talk about the whole process. Like, what is the process to, fulfill that claim, which the headline we did, right? So we talk about, the secrets. What do you know as an agent that the average home buyer or seller does not know about? You want to throw it into your video sales letter presentation, because then that way they can actually, value your feedback you're giving them, right? When that video sales letter is playing, it might be playing at someone's computer at 3 a.m. in the middle of the morning. They're going to be getting value from you. And you want to, in this case, we talked about the home buyer programs, the rebates, right? The RRSP stuff. In Canada, they have that. And then after you present all this value, you want to go ahead and say, well, there are alternatives to working with you. And that's what this agent did. In fact, it's from the video sales letter. He says, well, you can either work and find the right agent yourself. You might make some mistakes. You might not get the best deal on your property. Or you can work with me and using your unique selling proposition, right? So in this case, he says my VIP home buyer program. And it says, hey, option number 1, you can look for another agent that's experienced, trustworthy, aware of market trends, responsive, attentive. Or you might, just waste your time interviewing and finding the right agent. Or you can try to purchase the home for yourself. However, it's not recommended. And the other option is you can work with me in my VIP home buyer program, right? So he talks about that. So thing is now that the viewer is bought into you, right? Now, the thing where a lot of agents go wrong, and something that you guys can get a lot of value from just from today, is whenever you're on a buyer presentation or anywhere, you want to have an offer, right? And the thing is, the offer is king in all marketing and sales. And now let me give you guys a prime example of this. Everyone wants listings, right? Like, who doesn't want listings? Let me know in the chat if you guys want listings. Like, who doesn't want listings from tomorrow? One of the best ways to get listings is to have an irresistible offer, right? And at the end of the day, you can run Facebook ads, you can run radio, you can run, television. The offer is king. So let's just say you guys went into the market tomorrow and said, hey, sell your home. If your home doesn't sell, or, sell your home with me and get a free Tesla, right? Imagine your phone, like, it would be ringing off the hook, right? So another example of that would be, well, let's just say your neighbor has a Lamborghini and they got to move out of town and say, hey, man, I'll give it to you for $30,000, but I need that $30,000 cash today. You'll find, if you really want that Lamborghini, you'll find any way of getting that cash, right? So that's an irresistible offer. Now, I've actually compiled a list of, offers and guarantees that our top clients use. I'm giving it to you guys free in the next slide. But you can see something along the lines of this. Like, hey, before, when you wanted to purchase a home, you'd have to find the right realtor, bear all the risk. But now you can use our VIP home buyer program. And like I said, in marketing, you got to show the new opportunity, right? Like the VIP home buyer program, a lot of people have not heard about this home buyer program, right? Like some of you guys may be using this, but the average agent has not used this as a marketer, right? And then you say, well, if you work with us, you're gonna get all these offers and guarantees. You're gonna get the 12-month satisfaction, no obligation, essential services, 0% listing fee, get access to listings found online, get exclusive data of previous home sales in your area, right? So we talk about this. And we're gonna say, hey, if you work with us, you're gonna get all these offers and guarantees. You can add in more, but the goal is to throw in bonus and guarantees to spice up the offer and make it as irresistible as humanly possible. All right. So I know we have a lot of questions in the chat, guys. I just want to go through the presentation. We'll answer questions by the end of step 1. So here's the thing, guys. What's next? The video sales letter needs to be put on a landing page. It's a very simple landing page. There's a lot of landing page builders out there. ClickFunnels. You have a lot of CRMs that can be landing pages. Brivity, Chime, KV Core. These are all good CRMs. And the thing is, we do this for our own company, right? And, maybe you guys are in our ads. You guys have seen our ads. You guys have seen our video sales letters. It's a very, very simple landing page, as simple as it can be, right? And the thing is, all that funnel is required is a Facebook pixel. Maybe you guys use Facebook pixel, then retargeting ads, or someone's done it for you. You want to copy paste that code onto the website so you can show your ad over and over again. In fact, a prime example of this would be some of you guys on today's webinar probably keep on saying your ad over and over and over again. And you guys have seen me playing on a video, a 2-hour long video on our website. It's like this exact same video. If you guys go to generatingleads.com, this video plays 24/7 on repeat on autopilot, right? And the thing is that this is all because of remarketing, because of the Facebook pixel, right? So any ad platform out there can be used to run campaigns to attract buyers and sellers, right? We focus on Facebook, Instagram because it's very, very profitable, right? I'm talking a little bit more about the profits and the numbers behind this later on. So video sales letters are the answer to high quality leads. Remember when I said a high quality lead, what's the definition of it? Someone that knows, likes, and trusts you. Well, the thing is, they know you're going to be an expert in the field, and you're going to eliminate the people that just want the best deal. So why does it work so well? Thing is that the video sales letter works so well because no one else is really doing it. That's the first thing. Just the fact, even if someone doesn't understand the video sales letter, just the fact that you're on video remarketing people is already a plus, right? And like I said, remarketing ads, when you keep seeing the ad over and over again, it's really easy to set up, right? And one of the biggest aspects of the video sales letter funnel is you're educating and you're making an offer. Because even Mark Cuban says this, that the best form of advertising is the education, right? And it's not the type of offer that we make on homes. Like, we don't submit offers. That's not the offer we're talking about. It's a marketing offer. So why should someone work with you, and how are you to represent them? That's the offer. What's the offer you're going to provide to them? Like, it's an irresistible offer, right? And the thing is that the average agent that understands how to make offers, they'll typically have a competing offer as every other agent, right? I'll give you top price on your listing, right? Like it's an offer. It's not really a strong offer. The agents that are winning have irresistible offers, right? And offers that make them stand out. So offers that specifically set them apart. An offer has to be so good that someone's going to feel stupid saying no. That's the offer, right? So for you, whenever you're talking to a prospect or you're doing a video sales letter, your offer has to be so good where someone's going to feel stupid saying no to you, right? So that's the key with the offer. So a prime example of this is you guys have, Craig Proctor is a really good real estate coach. In fact, he's one of the smartest guys I met in real estate. And when he was in his, he became the top RE/MAX agent in the world, and using this offer called Your Home Sold Guaranteed or a Buy. And this was back in the day. And he captured all the monopoly profit share. And the thing was, with good marketers like himself or any good marketer out there, whenever you have an offer that's working, people start copying it, right? When you start copying the offer, then it, competition erodes profits, right? But again, the offer is still very strong today if you know how to fulfill upon it. Very, very good offer, right? And the video sales letter allows you to make offers like that and have offers with leverage, right? With video with leverage, and you remarket them, right? And it makes sense to work with you financially, right? Like your offer something no other agent is offering, right? That's the thing with the offer. And the viewer or listener should feel understood. And most importantly, they feel safe and secure with you. You address all the concerns that have provided legitimate reasons to work with you. Guys, I know in the chat, you guys are raising your hand. Just drop the question in the chat if you guys have a question. We'll go ahead and answer questions at the end of the training today. So here's the thing. You want to generate high quality leads. Doesn't branding ads generate high quality leads? Guys, the thing is, if you want to waste money, then you're going to run branding ads. Because the thing is, like, branding ads are very, very expensive to return. They're not trackable. And the thing is, like, if you don't have Coca-Cola budgets, you don't want to be running branding ads, right? And the thing is that the only reason that, the only reason Coca-Cola runs branding ads because of competition. And it's very hard to, compete that way because, like, it's so expensive to, you can't really win monopoly profits at the marketing level, right? So it's going to be one of the most expensive ways to advertise. It's not going to be scalable, repeatable, and most likely, you're not going to get a return on it. That's the thing with branding ads. So you don't want to run branding ads to generate high quality leads. Some other questions that we have, right? Will my leads watch the entire video sales letter? And with the video sales letter is providing value that is useful to the user, you can expect a good portion of your leads watching your entire video sales letter. So how long does the video sales letter need to be? Well, the thing is, there's no set time limit on a video sales letter. It needs to be long enough to deliver value. Can my team create multiple video sales letters? Each agent on your team should be recording their own video sales letter to send out to prospects before they ever meet with them in person. Okay. They should say, In fact, I do this in my own market. Whenever we have an appointment that's set, and the agent I work with, we set 5 appointments for this weekend in person, and we always say, hey, make sure that you guys watch this video before our meeting. Also, I'm going to give you actually a free course, and I'll talk about the free course concept later today in today's training. But the thing is that, if you're using IEX websites like the one I showed and it's working for you, that's fine, but it's defined with the money you take home. The net free cash flow is the income. Some more questions. What if I don't have an offer? Guys, you can create an offer today. Sit down, put your phone off, sit down and say, well, what can I offer a future client that will be so good where they're going to feel stupid saying no to me? And if you lead with that offer, you're going to be able to win more business, right? And then the question then becomes, if your offer is good, how do you get in more people's hands? How do you make more offers? And the best way to do it is running paid advertising, right? Because it's so cheap and it's so easy to reach millions of people. That's what advertising is, right? It's the displaying of offers at scale. So how do I record the video sales letter? You record it using Loom. Loom is a very simple software. In fact, we made a YouTube tutorial on this on our YouTube channel. What tools do I need to create a video sales letter? You need to have a decent microphone, laptop, and Google Slides. Do I need a script before recording? No, since you're going to understand the concepts. So that was step number 1, guys, right? That was step number 1. And now I'm going to go ahead and talk about step number 2, which is running direct response marketing to a video sales letter funnel, okay? So the average agent, how do they advertise, right? Print bust up ads, they run business cards, they pay thousands for billboards with basically no return. And the thing is, it's not that billboards don't work. It's not that business cards don't work. The thing is, they're just marketing channels in the end of the day. Just as Facebook is a marketing channel, just as television is a marketing channel, just as, newspapers is a marketing channel. The thing is that the offer is not good enough. And if you look at these, right, what's the offer? There's no clear call to action anyways, right? So there's nothing against these agents, but I just want to, maybe you're from this today's webinar. We have a lot of people on today's webinar. So maybe you guys listen to this, right? One of the top pictures says, not just another realtor, a man who cares. The thing is, like, the fact that we have to lead with that claim is already showing that the real estate industry is not where it should be, right? So we don't want to lead with that, because what's the quantitative measure that I know that this is a man who cares? Anyone can say I'm a man who cares, right? I'm a woman who cares. I'm an agent who cares. I care for my client. And the next one, best experience guaranteed. Shouldn't every service-based business have the best experience guaranteed, right? So that's not a good offer, because it's a very easy to copy offer. And in fact, it's probably being copied by some of you guys on today's call, right? So that's not how you want to advertise. And especially like some agents like run boosted Facebook posting, I'm the local expert or a top agent. That is not how you want to advertise, because that's not how you get leads. Like there's no value provided to the user, right? You're just saying, call me. It's like another billboard, right? So you don't want to do billboard advertising, right? And step number 2 is, like running direct response. What is direct response marketing? Well, it's designed to elicit an instant response by encouraging prospects to take a specific action. This is going to be by far your most effective and profitable ways to advertise, right? So step 1 was the video sales letter, creating it. Step number 2 is direct response marketing to that video sales letter, right? So imagine if you blast an offer like free Tesla if I don't sell your home, or buy a home with me and get a trip for 2 to Cancun. Pretty good offers, right? You advertise that, you'll get people that want to work with you. So here's a nice excerpt from a book that you guys should all be reading. Dan Kennedy is life-changing if you can start to apply it towards your real estate business, right? So all of the frustrations and internal problems that you're experiencing in the business today are because you don't have a good marketing system. Without a specific and steady stream of people with whom you can exchange value for money, nothing else about your business matters, right? The financial reality is that in every profession, every category of business, every sales team, every population, these figures hold true. 1% of people create tremendous incomes and wealth. 4% do very well. 15% earn good living, 60% struggle endlessly, and 20% fail. So why is that? It's just because you don't have a good marketing system. That's it, right? And Dan Kennedy, one of the best people to listen to. So go look at his YouTube channel. He's really old now. He's in his 80s. But here's the thing about marketing, guys. It's not that the Facebook ads or Instagram ads or YouTube ads have changed. They're just channels. And the marketing has still remained the same. People still buy for the same reasons. It's just that Facebook is a marketing channel to put it on, just as television was 5-10 years ago. So how do you set up direct response marketing campaigns and with which platform, right? So let's cover that. If you look at this, You got the Facebook ads, Instagram ads, PPC leads, premium leads, right? And here's the stats. You guys can take a look at this, right? The thing is that whenever you choose a lead source, you want to go with the lead source that has the most profitable, net free cash. Like what's the highest profit you're going to generate from any of the ad campaigns you run, right? And for me, it's always been Facebook, Instagram. In fact, we run all of our company advertisements run on Facebook, Instagram, right? And all of our agents that we recommend is run Facebook, Instagram ads. And a lot of you are like, Facebook leads are not good because you don't using it properly, right? You don't have the video sales that are in place. You don't have the proper process in place to convert, right? That's why it's not profitable, right? So the thing is, it's not that Facebook doesn't work. In fact, some of the top teams that I work with that close hundreds of sites a year, they swear on Facebook leads because they have a process in place to convert them. They have a team that works with us that converts 8% of Facebook leads. That means every 100 leads you generate, 8 agents struggle with 0.5% or 0.25%. They're converting 8%, which is ridiculous, right? So the thing is that if you want to, this is the ad copy that you want to run. You want to run an ad that people are going to opt into, like a list of homes ad, right? And this list of homes ad, if you look at our website today, all the agents are running a list of homes ad. And Maritza, this is the ad that she ran to get $130 cost per closing, right? Another one is Khalid. He put $5K into marketing and made $300K GCI out. That's using a list of homes ad, right? So my favorite lead magnets are list of homes ads and foreclosures because they generate both buyers and sellers earlier on. And when people are earlier on, they're not being competed against. And like I said, competition erodes profit. Right? That's a big theme in today's presentation. So when step 2, when we're setting up, the direct response marketing, we want to go ahead and set up retargeting ads to create omnipresence, right? You guys have all heard about retargeting ads, pretty self-explanatory. These examples of retargeting ads, right? We retarget them. So all the homes list people, we retarget them to the video sales center. And these people will see the ad over and over and over again. And like talk about the whole process in place. I want to piece it all together at the end. And then step number 3, guys, is nurturing leads using a content portal. So here's the thing, right? This is a very exciting concept, but I do want to quickly hit stop share here. And I want to talk and answer some questions here. So the video sales center concept, we just covered it, right? We pretty much covered the whole thing. And I know there's a lot of confusion about video sales centers, but we'll go ahead and send you guys out the recording of this as well, right? So let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about step number 3 in this whole process, which is going to be nurturing leads using a content portal, right? So the old way of nurturing leads was going to be you follow up with every single lead within 5 minutes. You automate voicemails, text messages, and email drips, right? So what does it result with? People are saying like, I'm already working with another realtor. Could you send me more information? I accidentally clicked on your ad, or I'm not interested. And you'd be seen as a spammer, right? And the thing is that according to a study done by The Close, 73% of homeowners are more likely to list with the agent who uses video as part of their marketing. And the research shows that educational real estate videos increase qualified leads by 66% per year. So how do you use this to your advantage? So the new way of nurturing leads is creating a value-driven course that explains the whole home buying process and selling process in depth, right? So you want to give all your leads a course, and you're going to get higher quality leads, people that respect your time, and they don't ask for discounted commission. So whenever you hop on a call with a prospect, you're going to say, hey, by the way, have you got access to my free course yet for home buyers? This is a very, very good conversion tactic, right? So how do you create it and integrate it into your follow-up system? The thing is that you want to go ahead and set up a course using Kajabi or Wistia. There's like a lot of course builders out there, right? And these course builders are then you can track like how much the people have watched the course, and it can actually let you know that whenever they logged in, then you can reach out to them based on the course, right? And a golden nugget is that you can set up triggers to notify you as the lead goes through your logs and your course, like I just said, right? So the thing is, the sale never ends until the deal is closed. So you can actually have your ISAs or you follow up with your leads and based off how much percentage people have watched of a course. And this works really, really well, right? And you want to get as many people into your free course area as possible because marketing is the best form of education. So education is the best form of marketing. So speed of lead is overrated, right? So don't get us wrong. Speed of lead is important, but you ideally want to catch the lead before they speak to any other agent. But in the real world, it's difficult the solo agent to follow with every single lead, right? You might be able to do it for a week, a day, or even a month, but it's pretty impossible to stay consistent, right? So the thing is, the home buyer or the seller, they're incentivized to work with the best agent. And the thing is, the best agent is the one that provides the most value to them, right? It's like reciprocal altruism is what they call it, right? So when you have a home buyer's course, then you're providing a lot of value. And then that's how you win the business, right? So some questions would be, how long does it take for me to create my course? Well, this depends on whether you have an outline or an access to successful, high converting courses, right? If you do, you're going to be able to create a course in less than 3 days, right? Once recorded, it can be good for years. Now, what if I'm not good in front of a camera, right? You can actually become good with trial and error, right? Like if you adopt a Zoom consultation during COVID, you can record a few training videos. How long does my course need to be? Well, it needs to be long enough where someone could buy or sell a home without using a realtor. If I give everything away, why would someone want to hire a realtor? Well, Mark Cuban says this, that the best form of marketing is education, right? So you want to give as much value as you can in that course. And so much value that they don't even need to have you as an agent, but they're going to hire you to, fear overpaying for a home or having legal mishaps. And it's going to continue to flourish agents' businesses. That's why agents' businesses flourish, right? The fear of overpaying and the legal mishaps. How should my course be structured? It should be structured in a way that allows for, grabbing the viewer's attention immediately. Do I need video or written content? You can actually have a combination of both or just one. Does video or written content perform better? Video with human component tends to perform better than anything else, right? So you don't want to just record a video. You want to have your face in the video as well, like a little screen share, right? Another question is, can I get my assistant to do this? The thing is, the person meeting the client closing deals should be recording this. Leads are going to want to interact with the person in the training, right? Not going to be with your assistant. So engineering lead follow-up is step number 4. And this is a very, very important concept, okay? So something that I talk about is called behavioral-based follow-up. And the thing is that we know now, we covered 3 steps, right? And all you guys in the chat were saying it's a little bit confusing. We covered the 3 steps before this. The 3 steps before this was the following, right? The first step was creating your video sales letter, okay? And you want to make this video sales letter and you want to follow these steps I talked about, okay? Like I said, the recording will be available so you guys can slowly start to go through this as well. Step number 2 is running direct response marketing to the video sales letter funnel. Okay, that's a step number 2. Step number 3 is nurturing leads using a content portal. Last, step number 4 is engineering leads and the follow-up to meet the leads communication style to book an appointment. So here's the thing. At this point, you should know how to attract clients that want to work with you. Now, the thing is that you want to have a proper process to follow up, meet the leads communication style, right? And this is where systems and automations come into play. So here's actually a really good golden nugget here. I actually work with an agent, and you go to the YouTube channel, you can watch this interview. I did it with him. And he says in that interview, some leads that's closed, never spoke with me on the phone, and I only texted. So if I called them, they wouldn't even answer me. So this is a phenomenon we're currently seeing across 1,000 plus agents, is that people just prefer to be texted and some people prefer to be called. It depends on every single person. And research confirms that 75% of millennials would rather text than call. So the real estate agent, how is this important to you? With SMS having a 98% open rate, it's mandatory to send text messages to online leads. So everyone knows that, but what agents miss is that text messages have a 209% higher response rate than phone or email, right? So if you're following a script over the phone, well, you should be applying a script that also converts via text message. So the thing is that this is a prime example. I want to go ahead and let you guys analyze this for the next couple of seconds here, right? I'm going to get you guys analyze that. All right, so if you guys are able to pick up what I'm trying to come across here is this. Whenever you guys generate leads, right? There's a process in place to convert the leads, as we all know, right? The thing is, the best way to convert leads is to adhere to their preferred communication style. And the way you actually distinguish the preferred communication style is through some sort of system or automation. So here's when a lead comes in, they start getting text messages, emails, and voicemail drops by an automated system. And whether they respond back or not determines how you're going to follow up with them. So here are the 3 examples. If you get an inbound call from a lead, whether you drop voicemails or ringless voicemails, then you want to go ahead and follow up with the best proven scripts and practices to book the appointment. If they respond to an automated text message and say, hey, sure, send me your free training for the video sales letter, send me the free training you were telling me about, then you want to go ahead and text them back. if you made an outbound call to them and let's say they didn't respond back to the automation, those are still good leads, because a lot of times, a lot of us use these automated systems to, get leads to respond back, right? Which is pretty standard in today's, a lot of companies use this, right? And the thing is, leads that don't respond back, there's a lot of gold in them, because if you're like a really busy person, you're not going to text back to random people. And you might catch the person by calling at like 6 p.m. at night 2 times back to back. So that's very important, is that there's different ways to, filter out leads, and you want to make sure you adhere to the preferred communication style. So the thing is this, once you get all these 3 steps down, the thing is, when you get the follow-up process dialed in real estate, there's 2 jobs. There's the inside sales and the outside sales, right? And the inside sales is going to be one of the most difficult tasks for you, because it's a whole different beast than outside sales, right? And inside sales goals is book appointments, right? And inside sales is like a setter and closer. That's what it is. And the thing is that once you get this process dialed in to book appointments, then you want to remove yourselves from inside sales activities, right? And you can outsource this to a virtual assistant, and I say another new agent that joins your team. The possibilities are endless, right? And this is where you apply leverage. And this is how you would start to hit 300K GCI and more and scale it up. Because now you have a process that books you endless amount of appointments, right? And you always want to do it in-house. You always want to build your inside sales team in-house, because that's the way you actually grow a hyper-profitable business. You don't want to outsource inside sales and hire a company to say, hey, I'll dial your leads, I'll do all this kind of stuff, because that's not as profitable, right? You want to make sure you do it yourself. I know a lot of team leaders as well that they purchase leads, but they never learn how to convert the internet leads by themselves. So then when they hire a company to call their leads for them, it gets really, really unprofitable. And then they just end up stopping together, and they don't have a scalable lead source now, right? So very, very important that you understand this concept, is that once you solve for inside sales, then it's about outsourcing yourself and removing yourself and giving it to someone and applying leverage. Because again, at the end of the day, you are a business, and a business needs to have marketing, sales, and fulfillment. And you want to ideally outsource that sales part, the setting part for yourself. Okay. So some questions about this, right? We're trying to near towards closer to our end of our training today. So why not ask all the qualification questions at once? That's a really good question. So when you're talking to internet leads, right, whether you're texting them or calling them, why don't you just send them a questionnaire and get them to fill it out? Because it's going to destroy your appointment booking rate. There's no rapport, and humans are lazy, right? It's like you ask a girl out for a date. You're not going to say, hey, let's go out, or you're not going to ask all the questions at once. You're going to slowly build into it. That's the exact same way communication happens on text message or call with internet leads, right? What's the difference between a no obligation meet and greet and an appointment? They're both an appointment, but no obligation meet and greet. So when you set an appointment, this is another golden nugget for everyone in today's training. Always position it as a no obligation meet and greet session, not just an appointment, and no obligation meet and greet, and make an offer that has low risk. People don't want to be sold. People want risk reversal, hence no obligation, right? And I'm busy. I can't follow up with leads. Can I just hire a company to call my leads? The thing is, guys, for your business is always the best thing to have everything in-house, to have control over aspects of your whole business. That's how you remain hyper profitable, and you can have a high leverage over all the activities in your business, right? And the thing is, when you call internet leads, even if you're a team leader right now and you're busy, it's about solving for inside sales and then removing yourself from that process, right? That's the key. You want to solve for inside sales with online leads, and then you want to remove yourself from the process. And you don't want to just remove yourself from the process without solving for it first, right? And that's why you hire someone, because you give that task on to someone else. So always recommend to build inside sales in-house. So as you guys can see here, that this 4-step process was creating a stellar sales argument or the video sales letter. That was the first step, right? Second step was running direct response marketing to a video sales letter funnel. Step number 3 is nurturing all leads to content portal. Step number 4 is engineering lead follow-up to meet the lead's communication style to book appointments. And as you can see, if you implement this system and you do it correctly in this order, and there's a lot to process. I saw the chat, there was a lot, right? There's a lot of new concepts, and it's going to be confusing. But if you implement it, that's when you can start to add predictable income to your business, right? And the thing is, we help numerous agents do this. And you can see our website and case studies. And this is a strategy that works, because this strategy doesn't only work in the real estate space, it works in many different verticals. So you guys are watching this today, and you guys might just got licensed. You guys came from a different vertical, right? The process still remains the same, this 4-step process. So some of you guys resonated. We had some people leave the webinar because they maybe didn't resonate with the video sales letter. That's totally fine. It is not going to be for everyone, right? It's definitely more for the more savvy marketers out there, right? And the thing is now, if you guys like the idea of creating your own video sales letter, you want to set up direct responsive marketing campaigns, and you want to create a value-driven course, but you're going to be put off of the fact that it may be difficult for you, there's a couple of ways that you can do this. The first option is hiring an in-house marketing team, right? You can hire an in-house marketing team. You can pay someone a base salary and bring them in as your in-house marketer, right? A lot of teams have this. However, here's the thing, and this is something that I want you guys to understand, that any marketer worth his or her salt is usually already rich, or they've already built their own multi-million-dollar company. And that's a concept, right? Like anyone that understands marketing, they will apply it in a different vehicle, a better vehicle, right? And they're not going to work for someone, right? That's the thing with good marketers. So when you hire someone, maybe they went to university, have a marketing degree, it's going to put you back around $5,000 a month. In fact, one of the best marketers out there, his name is Russell Brunson. You guys have probably heard of him. He doesn't have a marketing degree at all, right? And he's one of the best marketers. He actually has $1 billion company in the marketing space. So the thing is, it's not about having a marketing degree to be a good marketer. I think it's a total of $60,000 a year paying. And that's considering, we're not even training them on marketing, because marketing training is expensive. All the courses and all the modules you're going to buy for them. And by Training Magazine, the average employer spent about $1,286 a year training an employee and devoted 42 hours of training to them. That's 42 hours. That's a lot of time, right? What's the cost of benefits, right? Benefits could be, free coffee, life insurance, medical and dental plans, and the list goes on. Joe Hazima, he's a professor at MIT. It's an article that you can find online. The salary plus benefits usually equals 1.25 times the base pay. So for a $60,000 a year employee, they'll put you back about $75K a year, which is coming out of your profits. The thing is, you have agents like Kuldeep that are putting in $5K, making $300K GCI out. And some people are paying $75,000. Just have someone just post social media content for them and just do some video marketing. And it's not really directly correlating to the bottom line, right? It's about $62.50 a month. It's a lot of money, right? Cutting out of your monthly paycheck at the end of the month. So option number 2 is this. You could do it yourself, right? You can go online, find courses, but there's a lot of courses on video sales that are out there, right? You could take around 12 hours per day. The thing is, it's going to take a lot of testing and pruning to validate in the real estate space. And it is really hard to maintain a work-life balance, right? When we developed our video sales letter framework, we were working about 12 to 16 hours a day for several months in a row because we had to test a lot. We spent over $600K on just testing it in multiple markets, right? So it's impossible devoting that much time and energy just to test it yourself. But again, for those of you guys that are open to, you guys can definitely do it and test it. Especially for those of you guys that are savvy marketers out there, right? It is like E equals MC squared, right? Because there's so many moving parts to it. There's like the first of all, just the advertising, right? What's the advertising? And then it's a video sales letter. How good is the video sales letter? And then it's like that content portal part. And then it's like the follow-up part. There's like 4 moving parts. And there's like 4 little different parts you got to validate. And then everything runs smoothly. Or option number 3, you could test drive lead gen companies. You could check the typical lead gen companies out there. There's a lot of them, right? And you're going to pay $699 to $2,000 a month for a minimum 6-month-long contract without any ad spend to get the old school IDX website with a template and model. It's like a knockoff Zillow, right? And the thing is, some of them work, and some of them I actually like as well, right? They actually have a lot of innovation. But the thing is, usually they're going to own your website and the SEO, so any traction you have is going to be in their hands. And if something's working for you, they're going to raise their prices, and it's going to be like Zillow upping their prices. So it's going to be very hard to buy out of that, right? So if you work with us, and this is the other alternative, you can have the entire system working in less than 7 days for 1/10 the price and effort. And you're going to ensure you never lose money to renting out your marketing and assets again, right? So you're going to own all the assets, is what I'm trying to say. So anyone on today's call, if you decide to work with us, you own the assets, meaning you don't have to pay other lead gen companies the monthly fee anymore, right? So what we do is we have a system. And the system is everything needs to be followed to the T, from the exact ad copy templates to the exact video sales letter templates, to the exact content portal, to the exact follow-up scripting process. Everything needs to be followed to a T. It's not that, hey, buy leads and these leads are better. It's not that. You have to have every single thing moving in unison together as part of almost like a train or a Christmas present. It has to be all packaged together to make it run, right? So we know what works, right? And what doesn't work, we know that as well. and we know how to add profits to the bottom line, right? And the thing is that generated lead system was specifically built to solve your client acquisition problem once and for all. So it's like, if you implement the system and you actually use it, you will get clients, right? And it's about implementation. That's the only part that you will probably miss out on, right? And if you don't implement. So this is for the single agents and small teams who want the number in the checking account to go up, but you're maybe dealing with a not so profitable, scalable, or predictable real estate business, and you want your net take-home income to increase. This is also for a broker that wants to generate business appointments out of thin air so they can recruit new agents prompting book appointments. So again, some more case studies, right? Lisa again, Maritza, Kuldeep. So here's what's going to happen when you work with us. Again, if you guys have questions, we'll answer them the next couple of minutes. We're pretty much almost on our training today. And we're going about 5 minutes over. But we did start about 5 minutes late too as well. But you're going to be able to establish know, like, and trust your leads through a value-driven video sales letter strategy. You're going to be able to get the entire process thought up for you. It's just a matter of implementation. You can actually finally get rid of big portal lead gen providers such as Zillow or other lead gen companies that are burning your pockets. Your show-up rates can increase as well because you have established what we call a status delta, right? You're also going to be able to capture significant market share. The system is scalable. And also charge your clients to work with you because now you have an abundance of clients, right? In fact, in my market, we actually charge a transaction fee before we ever go see homes with anyone, right? And that's because we have so much status delta that we established with the remarketing ads and the video sales letter before we actually speak with them, okay? And you can also differentiate your marketing from the other agent, right? It's all about differentiating your marketing. And you're going to avoid competition and remain hyper profitable. Because here's the thing, one of the best ways to differentiate your marketing is by having you in the videos, right? Because here's the thing, no one can copy you, right? And have you ever thought about that? Like, that's why everyone's saying, hey, video is a new thing, because the thing is, video, no one can copy you, right? And when no one can copy you, then you have that advantage. No one can be you. No one can be in your shoes. No one can speak like you. No one can sell like you, right? So you'll be able to develop a duplicatable strategy for inside sales that can be outsourced. So one of the main things for us is like, how can we have this in a way where our agents can have this running, but they don't have to do much work because they're outsourced or removed from the process? Because when we looked at some of our top clients, they're not calling leads. They're not even selling homes. They're focusing on very high leverage activities, which is recruiting and attracting new agents to implement this, right? And that's what it is, right? Like, there's a saying in real estate that says you can have a business or you can make a career in the business. And it is all up to you what you want to do, right? If you want to have a business that spits out net free cash flow, and you want to use the net free cash flow to invest in other vehicles like the stock market or real estate and build equity and retire early, like that's like usually everyone's goal, right? Isn't it? Not just in real estate, but in everything. Then this might be a fit for you. If you want to make a career out of real estate, there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but it may not be for you. If you want to run a real business and you want to scale this, that is for you. But again, you can also have a really successful just career, just like trying to be the top agent. But if you're trying to be a hyper profitable agent and accumulate net free cash flow, then that's totally fine. So how does this all work? So we're going to be able to help you from the step-by-step process. We're going to hold your hand along the whole way. We're going to help you build your own video sales that are funnel. We'll give you all the templates, the scripts, everything, right? It's like just copy paste. We've given it and we tested every single market. Step number 2 is going to help you run the direct response marketing campaigns to the video sales that are funnel, right? Step number 3 is nurturing all leads to the content portal. This is like the free course, right? Like we give you guys a templated course you guys can record over and give it to your leads. This course is structured in a way where basically the person, it notifies you whenever they log into the CRM, and then you can contact them based off the course logins. Step number 4 is follow up using behavioral-based messaging, right? So all these 4 steps are going to help you implement, install them inside of your business. So if you guys are interested, just maybe Jazz, you drop that link in the chat. You guys can schedule a call and hear a little bit more about what we have to do. Because I know a lot of concepts today were brand new. There are a lot of confusing concepts. And I get it, right? Like this is a brand new concept and a lot of us haven't heard of it because a lot of us are used to purchasing leads one-off and just leads. But the problem is not the leads, guys. It's the sales process, right? And no amount of leads will ever solve a broken sales process. And I say this because I've worked with over 1,000 plus real estate agents at this point. And in every single market, there's always one agent that closes dozens of deals using the exact same system, and the other agents that close any and blames leads. And it's in sales in general, not just real estate. It's in insurance sales, mortgage sales, solar sales as well. Like these sales, based industries, you are a salesperson, and salesperson people, and I'm a salesperson myself. been a salesperson in many different industries. We all like to blame the leads. But the thing is, we never consider the inside sales process. And that's one of our specialties, helping you solve for the inside sales process, not the leads. Anyone can buy leads online. You can set up a Facebook ad today. I gave you guys the ad copy. In fact, I have a 1-hour tutorial on YouTube. You guys want to set up Facebook ads? Go to YouTube, go to Generate Agent Leads. I give you guys the exact framework of setting up a Facebook ad, the exact ad copy, the exact budget, the targeting, everything. Spend that time, you get leads by tomorrow, right? But it's not about the leads, it's about the sales process and the process to convert them, right? It's about the 4-step process, which is the video sales letter funnel, the direct response marketing, the nurturing leads to content portal, and the follow-up using behavioral-based messaging. You need to nail those parts to make sure you convert leads. So if you guys are interested, book a call. Now, here's the thing. We do optimize for client results. And if you guys just think about it, we can't bring on like 50 different agents in one market and have them all writing the same video sales letter template. It would destroy the whole system. So we can't bring on that many agents per market. In fact, we probably will just tell you like if you book a call and you're from a certain market, you might get a call like the next day saying, hey, for a call tomorrow, are you open to work in other markets? Otherwise, I can't take you on. This is because we don't want to have 50 agents running a video sales letter funnel in one market and retargeting all the leads. It wouldn't make any sense. There would be no strategic benefit to that for us, right? And we only make money when our clients make money, right? So this allows for the best results for our customers. If you're interested in getting started, act now. You guys are interested, you guys can book a call. If you guys are not, that's totally fine. You guys can keep listening for the last couple of slides here and we'll answer questions. And the thing is, we do have a waiting list. It's like our calendars, if you guys go to Generated Leads, they're getting pretty full as we speak right now. People are probably booking calls, right? You guys can probably go to generatedleads.com and try scheduling, and the slots are going to start filling up. And it's just because a lot of people are interested in this offer, right? Because it's a new offer and no one really else is doing it in the industry, right? So if you guys are interested, you guys can book a call right now, and you guys just hear more about what we have to do in offer, right? And the bonus is for the viewers only. This is something that we really thought about. And it's something that's going to be really exciting. Is if you're learning about this offer right now and you're interested, we're going to be throwing in a free bonus for everyone today. So if you guys sign up with us after hearing a little bit more about what we have to do in offer after the call, let us know on that call whenever you book in. That's saying, hey, I came from this webinar we did, because we're going to throw in a free access to our new agent attraction program. So if you're a team leader or broker watches right now, you get free access to the program. This is a program that's valued over 10K. And they're going to give it to you guys for free. Right? It's a brand new program coming in the next couple of weeks to beta access. We're going to give you guys access to it. So if you guys are interested, you guys can schedule a call. You guys can get access. We'll throw it into you guys as a bonus. We're going to be charging for this later on, right? And if you're a solo agent looking to build a team, because one of the things that we actually saw with a lot of our clients was like, I actually have a text message on my phone. Maybe I'll show you guys at the end. One of the agents that I work with in my market, one of the things that he said is he booked 5 appointments yesterday and 5 appointments today. He's like, the only problem I have is I don't have anyone else to follow up with the leads because I'm getting too many appointments. All right. So I'm like, well, that's a really good problem to have. So then you got to start attracting agents to your team. And that's one of the problems that you can create if you do it properly, right? You're going to have to attract agents and hire agents to accommodate, right? Which is a good problem because now you're applying team leverage and the benefits from the team. So here's the questions and answers, and we'll stop the share. We'll answer questions in the chat for you guys. But what if it doesn't work? So guys, we've been in the industry for 5+ years. We work with over 1,000+ clients. We found what does and what doesn't work through trial and error. Right? Our entire lives are spent obsessing over finding ways to helping agents add profits to their bank account. The only thing is that if you fail, it's because of your execution, because you didn't implement, you didn't set it up properly, and you have more than enough support from our team to help you set it up properly. Right? We'll check it all over for you guys 2 times back to back. Right? And how much time is needed to execute this properly? Well, you need to set up a few hours to set this up. Typically, everything can be set up in 1 to 3 days, and then you just have it running with very low maintenance, right? I don't need this. So let me give you guys some statistics. So according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, an average consumer unit spends about $5,100 a month. A consumer unit includes families, single people living alone, or 2 or more people living together who share major expenses. And on average, $1,674 of that goes towards housing per month. It's about 33% of an average household monthly expense is housing, right? So $813 a month is spent on transportation, right? Gas, all the insurances. $608 is spent on personal insurance and pensions. $414 a month is spent in healthcare. $373 a month is spent on groceries. About $288 a month spent on restaurants and other meals on the road. This is all without considering entertainment, tuition bills, clothes, or a car you may want to buy. So it doesn't even take into account inflation, which a lot of you guys may be like 3 to 4%. It's more like 10% a year. And I know this because I studied a lot of these things, right? So the question is, are you really comfortable with the current lifestyle, right? So if your current lifestyle is keeping you up at night, would you like to take the vacation you always wanted, right? And I don't want to sound like, just like salesy like this. I just wanted to give you guys the statistics here. So I'm gonna go to the next slide. How much effort is needed, right? We've done all the work, what we could on our end, and we made it as easy as possible for you guys. We give you guys all the templates, the scripts, and everything. It's about implementing, right? If you can't invest a couple hours of your time, it's not for you guys. If you want to make sizable profits, then you need to invest a couple hours of your time. If you want to put in 5K and make 300K GCI out, like some of our agents, and that's 5K over a year in advertising spend to Facebook and Instagram. So you might be like $300 a month. You need to make sure you spend a couple hours just setting it up, right? Like no one else is going to record your video sales that are for you. We can't record video sales that are for you. Otherwise, there's no unique selling proposition, right? I have a tight budget, but I really want to do this. If you work with us, it's not going to be cheap, and the pricing depends on whatever your needs are. So it comes from what's your CRM you're using, how big the agents in your team are, how many agents are going to be signing up. On average, though, our pricing is not like a month-to-month thing, right? Because we're not a lead generation company, right? We still have a proven system that works, and we're not cheap to work with as well. So if you guys are looking for the cheapest option, we're not the cheapest. And the reason why is just simply because it wouldn't allow us to have the margin to serve our clients to the highest level, right? Like if you think about it, if you're a real estate agent and you're selling a listing and you discount your commissions, you don't give yourself the margins to serve your clients to the highest level. And you don't serve your clients to the highest level, you're not going to get referrals and you're not going to get repeat business, right? And that's a key in business. In business, there's only two ways to make money. You can either be one of the most expensive marketplace options, or you can be the cheapest. There's no strategic benefit to being in the middle, because the middle is no man's land, right? So it's very hard to be the cheapest because it's a race to the bottom, and it's very hard to operate in thin margins unless you have a very technological advantage like Walmart. So it's always about being expensive and you can serve your clients better, right? So for us, it's all about client results. For us, what percent of our customers are successful? 100% of our clients that follow our outline action steps are successful, because it just works, because the marketing system has been dialed in. It's proven in multiple industries, right? The only thing about real estate, the sales cycle is a little bit longer, which is normal because we're selling higher ticket items, which is self-explanatory. So here's the thing, guys. If you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, this is not for you guys. If you're looking for a proper way to grow your business with processes and templates and scripts, and a proven inside sales model, and you guys are interested, then you guys can book a call at generateagentleads.com/schedule. So what I am going to do right now is we're a little bit over the hour mark here. I'm going to go ahead and answer questions because I know we have a lot of questions and I didn't get a chance to answer them during the presentation. So we have to go and update this to YouTube as well. We'll upload this send out the email to anyone that attended as well. But we'll email all these slides for you guys, and you guys can take your time. Again, this is something that we want you guys to understand, right? So if you guys are interested, you guys can book a call and hear a little bit more what we have to do. Like I said, it's not for every market. Like if you guys are in the major metropolitan areas, because we already work with like almost over 1,000 agents, we might just say, hey, you might have to work in a suburb and dominate that niche, because it doesn't make sense for us to have 50 plus agents running the same video sales that are funnel in one market. It just doesn't make sense, right? I'm going to start from the top here because let's see. Yes, we work in Canada and the USA. If you look at our case studies, there are Canadian case studies, you have US case studies. Sorry if we were a little bit fast there. We wanted to make sure that we were cognizant of everyone's time. I know there's a lot of information, so you guys can take your time to process this. I covered this a little bit more in depth as well on our website. It's a 2-hour long video, right? So you guys can go ahead and see that. Is it going to be sent out? Yes. I know in the first beginning part, I wanted to really establish like who we were. So it took a little bit longer to establish that. Sorry if you guys were waiting a little bit before we actually got into the meat and potatoes of the presentation. I know some of you guys, were definitely, confused with this whole process. It's completely normal because it's a brand new process, right? It takes time to learn a brand new process. And for me to explain a process that is completely new, which you guys probably never heard about maybe, in 1 hour is going to be confusing sometimes. So that's normal, right? Can we get a copy of the slides? Yes, you can get a copy of the slides. And I think, Jazz, maybe can you put in the chat as well? Is it possible to get a copy of the presentation? Yep. Again, we'll be sending off this as an email. So when it comes to pricing, I'll give you guys like the basic ballpark pricing, and it's also listed on our website. If you want to work with us, depending on whatever your needs are, it's going to be 5 to 8K for the system, right? That's what's going to cost you. And that's not including your advertising budget. So if you book in a call, you'll probably also get a qualification call to say, are you able to invest that much? I'm letting you guys know right now, because if you're looking for cheapest option in the marketplace, this is not for you guys, right? So what we do is we're going to install the system in your business, and it's a one-time system. So if you have a system running, you pretty much don't have to pay anyone else to manage it for you again, right? And you're going to get the help as well, right? So let's see here. Yep. So I think questions wise are pretty good. In Brampton, a lot of agents, Brampton and Mississauga and GTA in general is very, very competitive. So it's very important to have a really good strategy to differentiate yourself, right? Because I know that I have a lot of friends that live in the GTA that are agents there. And it's all about differentiating yourself now, because it's so cutthroat there in that market, right? So we're down to about half the people because we are finished the presentation now. So if you guys have any questions, we'll stick around maybe for 8 more minutes and then we'll answer them. But if you guys are pretty much got a lot of information from today, we'll email this out to you guys. You guys can watch the recording, and you guys can, if you guys are interested in working with us, you guys are more than welcome to. Our job was just to provide free value, right? So at least open your guys' concept, or open your guys' mindset on the whole video sales letter concept, right? And what it is and how does it work. I think some of you guys may already be clients watching this webinar today, right? You guys already have the system. And if you guys are not onboarded yet, then that's fine. You guys already have the system inside of real estate university, so you guys can start implementing. I think we might have had some clients join up. Maybe you guys were on our marketing list. So you guys might have had, walk through this, but hey, you guys got to listen to the whole process over and over again. But you guys already have a system in place. Just go to Real Estate University. We talk about the whole system. Yeah, I think Albert, you asked a question, Albert Groth. So yeah. All right. So any questions, guys, let me know in the chat. We'll be happy to answer them for you guys. Any questions that arise, that pop up. I know we answered some of these questions in the chat as well as you guys are listening. So good question. It's not video marketing. That's different. Video marketing is like posting videos and social media. What we do is like we help you set up a system. It has a video sales letter, right? So video sales letter, what is this concept? A sales letter is a old marketing concept, right? The marketing world, the strength of the sales letter, back in the day, agencies used to send sales letters for direct mail to get listings, right? So what we've done now in 2022, everyone's adopted this video sales letter strategy, right? So we help you generate leads and nurture them and convert them with video sales letters. That's the first thing. The second thing is we help you convert them also with the content portal, which is a free course, templated. You give it to all your leads, and they'll be watching your course. And then we also give you the process in place to convert them, with the scripts, the templates, the daily action flows. And this scripting is all based off our top clients. So what is working for them? And they're happy to share that. And if you guys are maybe a client watches right now, like we did like a weekly call with all of our agents. We do webinars 3 times a week, and we actually went through a top agent CRM, and we showed how many times he follows up, his scripting, his processes, his call recording. So that's what we show. Yeah, no worries. Let me actually go ahead and show you guys something right now as well. I know we have slides, but if you guys just go to generateagentleads.com and you go to how it works, right? So generateagentleads.com. I have a 70-page document on this whole process. So what I talked about today, right here, this training, it's a condensed version of this document, right? So you guys can get more insight to the 68 pages. So it's like almost like a book here, but it's talking about this whole video sales letter concept, right? So you guys can go start to read through this. And I think this would actually be more useful than the slides, in my opinion. So I know for you guys that stick around to the end, we're talking guys about a free strategy to get you guys free leads, right? And since there's about 50 or something of you guys on today right now, I'm gonna give you guys a strategy. And if you guys set this up by end of the day today, you guys will get people messaging you and turn those people into appointments. So maybe Jazz, can you just drop that link as well in the chat, and everyone else can start to apply that, and then you guys can save that link. So the question, that's a really good question by Kyle. In the Phoenix market, and Arizona is competitive, right? Arizona is definitely not like Arizona. Here's the thing with Arizona. Many markets in Arizona, but you got Tucson, you got Phoenix, Scottsdale. A lot of investors operate out of there. And the thing is, when investors are very, real estate investors, right? Some of you guys probably aren't real estate investors on today's call. And they invest a lot of money finding motivated sellers, millions and millions of dollars a year. And that's why when you look at markets like Arizona, that's why it's more competitive there, right? So the key whenever it comes to marketing is not that the system won't work. The question you always want to ask yourself is the cost per acquisition varies for each market, right? So whereas in some markets like the Atlanta region or Chicago region, the cost per acquisition is like $200 if you do it correctly. Like Maritza close deals at $130 cost per acquisition, right? In your market, it might be a little bit higher. And the question is that, most people are going to be, so here's a golden rule you want to always follow is 20% of your leads should be 3 to 6 months out. The rest of them are further out. That's fine. Nurture them with the remarketing. With any marketing, Facebook marketing, Google ads, whatever it is, the name of the game is to increase your retargeting pool. That's the name of the game, right? So when you remarket to all these leads over and over again, they see your ad. Like, here's the goal, right? This is where the profits are made in any business, right? The profits are made when you're not competing, right? And the people are further out. And you want to have this cauldron, right? And like, I'll show you right now on the slide deck what I was talking about. I think that slide's on here, but basically, let's just say you have a pot, right? And this pot is cooking with people. And at least as long as 20% of the people are 3 to 6 months out, my rule has always been, if there's 6 months out, you can always cut that time frame in half, because if you find everyone wants a good deal, right? But the thing is that the goal with any type of marketing online is not to play the lead by lead basis. It's to play the game of having that pot, cooking that pot, and remarketing that pot, and sending text blasts and offers to that bot. Like, here's the golden nugget for everyone today's training. Let's say you guys have a database of like 10,000 people. If you remarket everyone, right, on your database, or you send a text blast to like 10,000 people and you say, hey, we're looking for 5 motivated individuals to join our VIP homebuyer program, respond back with a yes, you'll get a lot of people saying, yes, I'm interested. And the role of you or your inside salesperson would then be to qualify people and see if they would be a fit, right? That's the goal of the salesperson. The goal of the inside salesperson is to see if you would be a fit to speak and have an appointment with the outside salesperson, right? So this is very important to understand, is that it's all about getting that pot, remarketing it, sending text blasts, email blasts, voicemail drops, and throwing offers to the database and converting that. So I think we have some agents in the Arizona market on our website. You can look at that, but just book a call if you want. And then our team can also locate that for you as well, because we have way too many agents to know each and every single one. But we have some like wins as well in our Facebook group. And some agents that email in saying I'm already closing deals, and they're all listed on our website. So it just depends on a lot of factors. But it's not that the system won't work in a particular market. It's just about cost per acquisition in a particular market. And it's based on a lot of things, based on competition, based on the ticket price of homes on market. Like in the Vancouver region, average price point of homes like 1.5 million. You're gonna pay about $1,000 or $750 to acquire a client. Now, if you're really good, you can do much cheaper than that. But again, the commissions here are much higher as well. So that's like the variables you want to ask yourself a question about. All right, guys. So maybe we'll stick around for 1 or 2 more minutes. If there are any last minute questions, let us know. I know it's been on for almost an hour and a half here. So thank you guys for those that sticked around. We put a link here in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and post it again. Please watch this video. You guys will get free leads by the end of the day today. We have more free lead strategies, but I thought if you guys spend an hour and a half with us today, the least we could do is give you guys a strategy. And a lot of time we neglect it because it's free, but we decided to give you guys it today on today's training. All right, guys. So thank you guys so much for those guys that showed up, and really do appreciate you guys. Our goal is just to provide free value. We took a lot of time out of your guys' days, so thank you guys so much. And this recording, we'll go ahead and email out this recording as well. If you guys are interested, book a call at generateagentleads.com/schedule. Just go to this website, generateagentleads.com. Hit this big red button, and just tell them as well that hey, you came from the webinar. And they'll be able to throw in that team recruiting package for you guys for free. That's just something that we are just testing out in beta right now. And we're going to be able to throw that in when it releases. So just only for people on today's webinar. All right, guys. So thank you guys so much for coming to today's webinar. And we'll see you guys soon. And hope you guys have a wonderful day. See you guys.